check, check, check.
Yep.
It's wrinkled sheets. It's wrinkled sheets. It's really kind of neat. Listen to Wrinkled Sheets.
Yeah. We're back with the Wrinkled Sheets podcast, and we're actually doing a Facebook Live while we record a Wrinkled Sheets podcast. So I feel a little overwhelmed. There's some, that you made me really quiet there for a minute. There's some anxiety because I'm like multitasking here.
Me too. I don't know to talk to you or talk to the camera.
I think since it's a podcast, you should talk to me and the camera.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Now that people know that this is a double, people listening without viewing will know to forgive us once in a while if we vary from, hey, you guys aren't talking like podcast stuff for a second.
Right.
So, that's what.
And we haven't podcasted in a while, so we should have some things to chat about.
Do we?
I think so.
Well, we just shot a bunch of new videos.
Steve and Janet trying things.
And we shot? Like 5 or 6 of those?
Yeah.
And we will have those up. We do it. I try to post them one a week.
Right.
So, Steve, if you're not subscribed to that on Facebook, find that too. Steve and Janet trying stuff.
Dawn says we're boring.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
You can exit. Have a good night. Enjoy your Friday night.
Don't do that freeze thing. Fine? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, he just did the big jump. So we're cool.
Yeah. Hello, Christine Morgan. Thank you for joining our Facebook Live video.
And not saying, hey, you guys are boring on video.
We're not eating noodles in front of them, so they're like, lame.
Oh, yeah. I need to get back to noodle chat.
Well, that doesn't really work with keto.
No, but I keep saying, as soon as I hit my goal weight, then I'm going to try to just do keto to maintain.
And you're how close?
I need to go 7 more pounds.
Okay.
7 more pounds. I'm down 20. I'm down 24 pounds on keto.
I have seen a lot of friends be very successful, and I've seen you, my husband, be very successful on keto, and I'm very proud of all of you.
You, my husband.
Very formal, Mr. McGrew.
So today was opening day for baseball.
Why are you talking about sports?
Because you came home from work in a baseball jersey.
It wasn't a jersey, it was a shirt. Because I know how you feel about jerseys. When people wear jerseys, you're like...
What team do you play for?
Right.
What spot do you play? Hey, do people mistake you for...
Do you actually look like...
Yeah. I know people support their teams. I don't know why I totally like that. But, it's one thing to be... support your team. It's another thing to when you paint your house orange and blue or
have you
red
seen
and
that?
black. Yeah, I have seen it.
People have painted their house orange and blue for like the outside?
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Oh, you've seen stuff like people got their trucks painted. They've got,
Well, yeah,
face painting is one thing, but to do your house,
Yeah.
So, but you were a sports fan. Kind of before we got together.
Yeah, even growing up, like my father is a sports guy. Like we would sit on the front porch and listening to Cardinals radio or the Kansas City Royals radio. And that was kind of bonding. And then when I got into high school and I understood football a little bit, we would watch the Dallas Cowboys together and the Kansas City Chiefs and the St. Louis Rams.
I could see your family being like the Waltons, all gathered around the
TV.
That radio.
Or the radio. We watched football, but we listened to...
I can't think of anything more boring than listening to baseball on the radio.
I think
baseball is already slow enough. But imagine, my grandfather used to do that. My sister and I were talking about that the other day.
Feeling.
My grandmother, my grandfather would just sit in their chairs and have the radio on and listen to the Houston Astros. Mm-hmm. And I remember we would spend the night and think, as little kids, you just want to throw a tantrum on the floor. Isn't there anything else? Because they just, how
as long
top
as it
of the
wasn't
ninth, something's coming up to bat. But, this is the third time he has hit the ball. And
I think that's. I don't agree with that statement. Now, if I were watching golf, that's Napville. I can't watch golf on TV. But like with the baseball. It's a feeling. It's that time of year. And this is just me coming in from my experiences pre-graduation of high school and stuff like that. Like, I think it's just the camaraderie I had with my father. Like, we didn't connect on a lot of things, but when it came to sports...
Did y'all connect? I mean, really connect and talk about it, or did you stay in the same room while he enjoyed it? I mean, could you actually go, hey, his batting average this season is...
No. Oh, goodness. Let's look at Facebook Live. We've got Broncos suck, go Patriots.
Uh-huh.
How could you be a Patriots fan? I'm just saying. Tom Brady, what?
My son is an Eagles fan. He lives here, and he's an Eagles fan. Explain that.
Wallace, Janine says congrats on the weight loss.
Oh, thank you.
And let's see. Thank God y'all saved the dog from Larry. So Liberal Lassie has exited the building. Exit left. Betty says howdy. And yeah. We have a hater.
Just still the same one? Don,
yes.
Don is, what did he say this time?
Do you know Don Urbanos? I think it's DAWN, so it might not be a he.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Well, we can't assume gender anymore.
Right. So, we're trying something new with the Facebook Live and the podcast. We do the podcast semi-regularly.
Yeah. We definitely were regular at first. We tried to do it just almost every week. And then it became every other week. And now we were hoping for once a month. But we're trying now to get back to once a week.
Your travel schedule
messes it up.
Yes. And then I have a full-time job. And there's a lot of times I come home from work and I'm like, nope. Like, I think I said this the other day. Some couples are like, hey, you want to have lovey-lovey time? I'm too tired. With us, it's like, hey, you want a podcast?
No,
I'm too tired. Oh, goodness. Yes. But we're here, and it's a Friday night, 8 o'clock at night. We are rock stars.
This is Friday night. This is what we do on a Friday night.
Yeah, why?
I don't think it's such a bad thing. I think when you're a married couple, you don't have to go out. You don't.
I enjoy your company no matter what we do.
Yeah, like we could sit and watch
Grey's
Anatomy.
Or Friends.
Or Friend. Or Gunsmoke reruns.
Or Bonanza.
Yeah. Okay, now we're talking my language.
I love Little Joe.
It helps you fall asleep.
It does. Very relaxing.
My as you know, our listeners don't, but my sister and her husband were here yesterday, and we watched Gunsmoke and Bonanza reruns this afternoon.
That's fantastic.
And we started talking about how the old westerns, they didn't aim their guns. You may not notice this because you're not a big watcher of this, but they didn't. You know how to shoot. You go to the range and shoot. You know how to two hands and pull back, push and pull, and these guys would just like pow. They would sling the.
They would
pow. Pow. You've seen it.
Kenny Wilson would correct that stuff.
There's those stance to it, and you think there's a guy riding way off, and you're trying to hit him like.
You're throwing
the bullets at him as he rides over the hill.
It's just acting.
Well, I know. And then we said, look when they get shot. It's like getting stung by a bee.
Yeah.
Ow.
And then they're down.
Yeah. Or they go, oh, don't worry. It's just it's a flesh wound. Or it just nicked me. And Keith, my brother-in-law, goes, or when they get hit, they always go, don't worry. It went clean through. I'll be okay. If a bullet goes clean through, it's got to hit something. It didn't.
Not always. It could just go through tissue.
But it would still tear a muscle. It still might hit
painful.
a vein.
It would be painful, and you would bleed a little bit.
Right, but these guys are like, oh, don't worry about it.
So I think maybe it's time to take a break from your bonanzas and your Gunsmokes because you're overanalyzing it.
No.
I watch Friends, and I don't overanalyze it at all. I watch Sex and the City. I don't overanalyze it at all.
Well, it's because you've seen every one of them and you put it on just so you hear the voices so you can fall asleep.
It's like I'm going to bed with my friend Rachel and Monica in the background. Is that weird?
It is a little weird.
Oh, come on. Some people like the sounds of waves in the ocean. I like the sounds of Monica and Ross having a fight while they break up.
We were on a break.
That's awesome. We discovered, I think, recently that there is a meme, a friend meme
For everything.
everything.
If you want to make a comment on somebody's tweet, there is a friend's meme for any topic, any subject that somebody has posted about.
Yes, I have to stop. And Jason Smith has joined our Facebook Live, and he and his wife have just had a baby recently. And I just want to say congratulations. I don't know if I've posted that on Facebook, but adorable. And Gina asks, are we eavesdropping? No, you're actually listening to Wrinkled Cheats podcast live via Facebook Live.
Right. And we're hoping that the podcast, when people listen to it in a few days, go, what are they doing? Why do they keep avoiding? Why are they going? They're off topic again. But I think they will figure this out.
Yes, I think so too.
We're all figuring it out as we go along.
Yes.
Now, what do you think news about Britney Spears going mental again?
Okay, whoa.
She checked herself into a nut house.
Please stop talking.
Huh?
You can stop talking now. Let me explain what's happened.
Okay.
So
she's not a nut job.
So several months ago, she had signed up for a new residency at the MGM Grand. She's been at Planet Hollywood. And then shortly after announcing that, and right before she was supposed to start, she announced that her father was dealing with some really bad illness and she needed to take a step back. So that's what she did. We haven't heard from her since then. And then recently, she posted a very positive quote on her Instagram. And then it came out that her dad has gone through several colon surgeries and it's been really hard on her. So she has checked in to a facility where she can kind of recenter herself with all of the stress. Because her dad is her conservator, is the person that takes care of her and her money after she had the 2006.
So she still is a little bit on the nutty side.
You don't even know. She grew up in the limelight since 13, 12, something like that. She doesn't have the life that you and I understand.
Right. Now, okay, I'm okay. I understand what you're saying, that she's checking in, she's having just a timeout, like a mental timeout reset. Now, another one of your favorites, your heroes, your musical...
Don't.
What?
Okay. Go.
What? Musical icons is Miranda Lambert.
Oh, yes. She just announced a new tour. She's touring with Maren Morris and Pistol Annies, and they're going to be everywhere but Denver.
Well, that wasn't where I was going with that, but I just read an article about people are worried about her marriage to this new younger guy, that it was quick, it was weird.
It was quick and weird, but I don't know Miranda Lambert. I'm not her friend. I don't know what her life is like.
I love her music.
I'm a big fan of Pistol she's beautiful.
Annie.
I think she's adorable. I would love to be her friend.
Yeah.
But I don't know what she's going through, so I don't know what the future
holds. And you do know that her
holds.
bus driver listens to this podcast. So actually, Miranda might hear that. I should have... Hi, Miranda. I didn't even think about that. He might play it on the tour bus. Hi, Miranda. We love your music. If you'd ever like to come on the Wrinkled Cheats podcast, we'd love to have you and find out what the true story is
But
behind
it was
everything.
kind of it's that there is a line, we would love to be in the world of these famous people. That's why reality TV is so freaking popular. The Real Housewives of everywhere is super popular because we are all voyeuristic people. They want to look in and see what other people are living. But I don't know. You see clips of these people's lives. You can't paint a full picture.
Yeah, and I always wonder if they don't have some publicity firm that goes, it'd be great if we staged a fight in a restaurant and then you get publicity for it. Remember there was there was that salad thing or whatever she had in the, I don't know what that whole story was, but there was a thing about...
The dog is asleep. The dog is asleep. Someone has asked.
The dog is asleep.
She loves the sound of our voices. We soothe her.
But remember the thing with Miranda and before the marriage or whatever that was?
Believe me, I do.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think sometimes, like in Real Housewives, where I think they stage those they saw each other at a restaurant and they got mad at each other.
But maybe there were theories that...
No, I'm not saying they staged it, but the publicity says, oh, we take this. Because that could have been quiet. But, like, let's put that out.
And Marissa Andrews agrees. She thinks a lot is staged on reality TV. Yeah, you've heard about them refilming things like the Kardashians and stuff where a scene maybe didn't come across as appealing as it might have on other, if they were to refilm it. So they like redo.
Are you still watching the Kardashians?
I am. They just came back, and I haven't watched it yet. I've also fallen into the very Cavallari reality show, which is Kristen Cavallari and her husband.
She was from what show on MTV? She was like Orange. Was it Orange?
Something.
Well, the OC or
something like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And she's come a long way, and she's married to a guy that used to play football. I think he used to play for the Broncos. But again, I'm not a sports fanatic anymore, so I don't know what's going on.
All these people are married to sports guys. What is that deal? Like, do you notice how Tom Brady was married to a model, and Giselle for a while, and there's always seems to be that kind of pairing up of people. Like, what's her face? Jesse James is married to Decker or whatever.
Yeah, Eric Decker. They make a beautiful couple.
But there's a whole lot of that. Not Mariah Carey. Carrie Underwood is married to a sports guy, a hockey guy.
And Christina Patterson is saying reality TV is actually scripted. Hate to burst your bubble. There's no bubble that you're bursting. I get it.
I've told her that a lot too.
It's nice escapism. It's mindless TV. Someone asked us to talk about Terrance Williams instead of Hollywood Crazies.
My buddy Terrance, for people that don't know.
He's doing better.
Terrance Williams is a friend of mine, a young YouTuber and Facebook conservative comic. We were out on tour together. And Terrance was in a
car accident.
His Uber was in.
I thought it was a Lyft.
A Lyft. You're right. Lyft.
It's all about the details.
Yeah, because Uber is not Lyft. That is not. And it was bad. It was a bad car wreck. He broke his neck, and I think it was got back damage too. But he had surgery and is going to be out. I mean, he is out till June, but he is doing better. He's tweeting again. He's got his sense of humor back. But he's in one of the, when you get neck surgery, you're in one of those kind of, like you can't.
I fractured my 7th vertebrae in high school and had to wear one of those things.
How long did you have to wear it?
Oh, I don't know. That part of life kind of flashes. I don't remember. It was not comfortable. Like, I don't remember. It was quite a while.
Weeks, months?
Weeks.
Yeah, weeks.
Not months. Okay. I fractured a vertebrae, not my back, not my, But...
That's still painful.
Well, our friend Dawn really misses him.
Ah.
Yeah.
So Dawn, the one who said...
Dawn is very active.
Dawn is active.
Yes.
Hot Dawn.
Hot Dawn.
Well, that's what Terrance is doing good, and he should be back and up and doing videos again soon.
Yeah.
Real soon. But I've tried to stay in touch with him. We text back and forth, and he is doing very well.
And it's actually called a sea collar. Thank you, Carly Jones. It's a sea collar. And they do really suck, she says. They do. It's very, very awkward.
Yeah, I never broke that.
You can't really cover it up with a turtleneck.
You just have this...
Yeah, and scarves weren't popular
was yours the plastic thing?
Yeah.
Because I've seen...
Is his metal?
Terrance has got it's got these metal, things you would adjust, like hold your...
Oh, that's intense.
Yeah.
That's intense. Yeah, his injuries were much more severe than mine, but...
The only thing...
It just sucks when any part of you is not 100%.
I have broken... How many bones have you broken?
Just one. It was a vertebrae.
That was it?
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't done fingers and toes?
No.
I've done
scared.
Fingers, toes, thumb.
Collarbones.
Both collarbones.
Yeah.
Nose.
Yeah.
I was quite accident prone as a kid.
Right. Little boys are like that.
Yeah. But you know what? I mentioned this in my act the other day with stand-up. If you see somebody now, if you see a kid with a broken arm, you almost think, is there abuse in that family? Or does somebody know what goes on?
I don't think that.
A lot of people do, because kids don't get hurt like they used to. They're not like falling off their bicycles. They're not falling out of trees. So if you see an injury, you think, wonder what happened.
No, I feel like some kids are. Like my coworker's daughter broke her arm, and it was one of those situations. Like,
What'd she do?
I don't remember. Come on, put me on the spot.
Is there abuse in that?
There is.
See what I'm saying, though? It's not as typical as it used to be. Because when I was a kid, the first day of school, when you came back from summer vacation, it looked like soldiers coming home from the Civil War. I mean, there was
Where did
kids
you grow up?
In the country. There was broken legs. There was eye patches. There was, like.
I didn't have that.
You didn't even out in the boondocks where you were?
Ozark?
Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
No.
No?
No, we came back with suntans and shorts, and who had the cutest outfit the first day?
Really?
Yes. Really?
Well, that's high school. I'm talking about.
No, I'm thinking 3rd, 4th grade. Like, you're crazy.
Did you ever get excited about going, speaking of school, did you ever get excited about buying your school supplies?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
I wanted the coolest pencil box. I got a pencil box. Yeah.
What pencil box did you have?
I think probably one of it was like the cardboard ones that didn't like seal or anything, and the cheapest ones possible.
What about the binders? Did you pick out the binder, your binder that had the art on it, or did you go for
Trapper Keepers
straight?
were way too expensive for my world.
They were?
They were. Yeah.
The 3-ring binder that you had to.
I think I finally got one in junior high because it was required, and it was more like a canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the canvas ones, but I would draw on those. If I got a plain one, because you could draw whatever you want.
That's because you're artistic.
And I used to draw hot rods, like those. You may not remember, but a lot of people remember hot rods, where it was a giant wheel on the back of it, a little tiny wheel in front, and you'd always draw like a monster shifting gears. No, I'll have to show you one time after the.
No, I've never been artistic. I think in 4th or 5th grade, I started drawing this guy that I named Dexter, and he was kind of like a Bart Simpson type character.
Wait, this is the first I've ever heard of this. This is the first.
He had like the pokey hair and.
And you named him Dexter?
I did.
What did he look like? Can you draw one now?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
At some point after the podcast, maybe I'll get you to draw a Dexter.
Draw you a Dexter?
And we will put it up as the art for the podcast.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
where did Dexter come from? What was the inspiration?
I think I did really well in 5th grade, but I remember kind of getting, like, I was not as engaged as I should have. Like, I had Dexter that I would draw, and it was not good drawings. You'll see this in the picture that I draw. And he would be doing different things. He would be going to church. He would be, on a skateboard.
Dexter goes to church.
Yeah.
Did you do like a series of would it be like a cartoon kind of strip?
Yeah,
Or would
it would always be him in a different outfit or something like that. And then, remember Chippendale, the little
yeah.
Rescue Rangers?
Yeah.
I got some McDonald's toys of Chippendale, and I made them a house in my desk where, like, I took my pencil box.
This is why we do this podcast, because I find out things. We've been together now going on 9 years, and I have just now heard about Dexter and a house for Chippendale.
Well, my girlfriend Addison at the time would babysit Chip while I had Dale.
Will you watch Chip for me?
Yeah, and we would put paper towels down for their bed and give them fake food, and I did well in 5th grade, but I had all of these extra distractions, so I must not have been engaged.
Huh.
Yeah. We've got comments.
Go ahead.
Red Chief tablets. Do you remember those?
Oh, I love the Red Chief
I did
tablet.
Too. I like the softness of the paper.
Mm-hmm. And the big pencil. Did you ever get the big pencil? Like the kindergarten, 1st grade? It was a big pencil.
Yes, I remember seeing those. Yeah. Someone asked if you have an opinion about our border situation. Guess who? Dawn.
Dawn has Dawn is much more political in her view of things.
But this is a little lighthearted. Before we get back to the border situation, because I have nothing to add to that, classic case of Dexter syndrome is what Mike King says. I had Dexter syndrome. Diana Smart says bye.
Dexter, it was a serial killer.
Hi, Christy. I know, but that was a long time after my cartoon character that looked like Bart Simpson.
So your character eventually turned into a serial killer. He might have been the ones that killed off Chippendale in the desk.
Did you ever pour a bunch of glue into something and wait for it to dry and then it becomes like a hard piece of plastic?
No, but I did pour glue on my hand and let it dry and pull it off like dead skin.
Yes.
No, you didn't do that?
No.
And I did take rubber cement and let it dry and pretend it was a booger hanging out of my nose.
Gross.
Did you ever do that? You take rubber cement?
Boy versus girl. So, Steve, this is your time. Talk about the border situation. Educate me.
There is a urgent need to build a wall on the border of Colorado. Because too many Democrats are getting into Colorado and they are ruining this state. I don't understand how...
Is the border wall going to be on Colorado?
Well, that's the one I want The one I want is... I want a border wall around Colorado and I want a giant catapult... So the people want to hear you talk about the border wall, not the Colorado to happen one day. Oh.
I still need to go see my family in other states.
Well, there is a crisis on the border.
Which border are you talking about?
On the United States border with Mexico.
Mexico. Okay, we're on the right path, guys. I'm steering this ship to the right path.
There is a crisis. Drugs are coming over the border. Fentanyl, which can kill you, like just a tiny bit of dust can kill you, and that's coming over by the tons is coming over and needs to be stopped. But people are fighting us tooth and nail to stop the wall because they want new voters. That's exactly what they think. If you get new people in, they will vote Democrat because they're not going to want the wall for their relatives. And they're going to want free stuff. Because that's why people are coming here. More and more people are coming here for the free stuff. The free health care and the welfare. And I think welfare, we'll go political for just a minute. I think welfare should be the most minimal stuff in the world. It should be like you can barely survive on welfare.
It kind of is.
No, it's not. It's not. Because people get free phones, they get food, there's housing. I think it should be like, you don't want this. Like, there's people that want to live on welfare. It becomes a cycle.
Right.
But I think it should be so bad, you just like, oh, if I eat another just stick of meat and a stick of cheese, I want a job. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like what prison used to be. Prison should be so bad, you never want to go back.
Right.
And now it's like, hey, it's air conditioning, there's a weight room, there's cable TV, you can have your special meals.
Here, I'm going to pass the comments over to you. Wrinkled Sheets is kind of a lighthearted podcast. Maybe, Steve, you should have a Remasculate where you do dive into these deep topics and do more of that Facebook Live deep topic.
I agree, but I was just, that's why I said for a moment we will go back to
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But I do see what you're saying. And Marissa said rubber cement balls. They did. Yeah. Somebody did do that.
Yes.
Let me see here. Christy says, "Love you guys." Hi, Steve and Janet. So, got to finish laundry. Somebody left us to go do laundry.
I'm so jealous. We have so much laundry. So, does anybody else who's listening have the issue where laundry, it just stays in your mind until it's done?
No.
No?
No. Do you dwell on laundry?
I do. I don't like things that are unfinished. And if they are unfinished, I need to have a to-do list that tells me you're going to get this done. I think we need to have 3-day weekends at least once a month.
I know I'm learning more and more that I definitely need a to-do list.
Yeah, you do.
Because I think of things that I need to do or want to do, and then I go start to do some of them, and then I get distracted. Like, I'm going to go to the grocery store and get this, and then I'm going to the post office.
That happened a couple weeks ago. I was working from home, and you were going to go do things, and I was like, remember, you have to do this, this, and this. And you're like, blank stare.
Yeah.
Blank stare.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah.
And so I grabbed a Post-it and I wrote that you need to do this, this, and this. So don't come home until this, and this are completed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is... I haven't told you yet, so this will be something you're hearing about for the first time, too. I was thinking today, I needed to get the taxes done, so I talked to Jay.
Yeah, have you talked to Jay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We're good with that. I was going to come down here and go through the files and look up a bunch of old scripts that I had written or TV shows that I had proposed.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you saw this or not. I tweeted the other this again. It's like it's like deja vu. Do you remember when I tweeted this thing about wanting to do a redneck bachelor?
Yeah,
and
it was a long time ago.
And it turned into I actually had a deal and we shot a pilot for that happened again. I had said I want my sitcom to be called My White Privilege, and it's going to be about a guy that's a hardworking guy that just struggles to make ends meet, and obviously there is no white privilege in his life. That's the point of the show. I immediately got a tweet from a friend of mine who is a producer that said, I want to see a treatment. So that's why I was going to come down here and go through my scripts and see what characters I'd come up with in the past and try to put a show together.
Right.
That's what I was going to do today.
Oh.
That's what getting back to what I was saying.
Did you get it?
I did not get to that.
We had family in town.
Because we had family here, and things will distract you if you don't start with a list. I could have said to my sister,
"We need a big old whiteboard."
But I could have said to my sister, "There's things I need to do today. I hope you guys don't mind, right?" Or do you have to be like, "Oh, they're visiting." You have to be.
I don't know. I don't know your dynamic with your family. So, like, if my brother was here, he doesn't come here very often, so I don't feel like I could do that. But your sister comes here, like, every 3 weeks, so I feel like maybe she'd be okay with that.
Yeah. But that's how I get distracted from things. Like, I have in my head, like, there's things I need to do today, and then maybe I'll do one or two of them, and then go, oh, then maybe tomorrow I will do this and this and that. Oh, I only did one of those. It's like, I really need one of those, like a list, and start scratching off stuff.
No, I am a list person all the way. Like when I left the office today, I don't want that back. I had a list of things that I'm going to have to conquer on Monday, but it's nothing that I could really conquer at the end on a Friday.
Right.
Yeah. So do you want to respond to any of the Facebook Live comments?
No.
Okay, cool.
So what do you think you need a list, or are you pretty good at just having it in your head?
Well, I have my routines. Like laundry is a weekend thing for me because I've tried to do it during the week and I'll forget things in the washer. Then they smell like crap, and then I have to put vinegar in the washer to make the crap smell go away, and it's very long and drawn out. So I have to do laundry on the weekends. Every other weekend, I have to balance the checkbook. There's stuff like that. I have to change litter boxes. You scoop litter boxes. But now that you've been home more, that routine has kind of gotten jumbled where you're now doing it because I don't want to wake you up. I remember when you first, you were home and I was like, I'll scoop the litter box in private, like in the same room that you were sleeping. And you would be like, hey, baby.
Hey, you're
I'm like, I'm digging up so poop. Sorry. So there's things like that. You have the trashes on Thursday. So I try and remember to put it out on Wednesday night, but if I don't and you're home, I can't put it out on Thursday morning. So I have to rely on you. And there's things like that.
Yeah.
And if things go undone, we had a pan in the sink for the last 3 days that was not washed, but I just didn't have the time nor energy until tonight.
And I didn't do your pan. I'll say why is because that's your cast iron pan.
Yeah, you should never let it sit in water like that.
Okay, I didn't know, but I knew that you had it. You season it somehow, and you clean it a certain way. That's why I didn't.
Yeah, no soap ever.
Really, no soap ever.
No soap ever. You clean it, and then if you need to bake it, you put some more vegetable oil on it and bake it. So
your pan will still be okay that it's set there for 3 days?
I cleaned it today because it's Friday and I don't have to get up for work tomorrow, nor a cycle bar. And I was like, I love my husband, but he doesn't know how to take care of a cast iron skillet. It's fine.
That's why I like those Teflon pans or the copper. The copper.
I thought you loved the cast iron. I thought you would love the cast iron. It's old school throwback bonanza.
I do, and it cooks food so good. It really does.
But you don't want to care for things?
I need to learn how to. I should learn the care.
There's so many YouTube channels or YouTube videos that will show you how to take care of a cast iron skillet.
Because cast iron skillets are coming back. I mean, that's what it...
Yeah.
I see a lot of cast iron recipes now, though, because I belong to that. What's that? All recipe? Is that
yeah.
And I get those cast iron thing, how to cook such and such, cast iron.
I don't really necessarily like doing this Facebook Live and a podcast at the same time.
Why?
Because people just are kind of not nice. This podcast has an aesthetic that is like lighthearted, empty talk. We talk about life. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about...
This is more of the fun. This is the fun
Yeah,
thing.
this is the fun thing.
Yeah, Remasculate, my podcast, is more about that kind of stuff. And reclaiming America, reclaiming manhood,
I am
testosterone.
the queen of escapism. I do not want to deal with... And you know this about me.
Oh, I know. Sometimes when I've brought up things, you'll like just shut down. Like
I exit left from the conversation.
You will just stare at me until are you done talking about that? Because we were talking about trying on shoes at Target.
Right. It's not that I don't have depth. I have depth, but there's a lot of things I don't want to get into deep. Nope.
And speaking of trying on shoes.
Yes?
We? Yeah, we.
I don't have shoes.
The guys that I've been on tour with.
Oh, okay.
We were talking
Deplorable tour.
The deplorable tour. We were talking about shoes the other day. That's funny. Probably why my brain threw that out there. Is one of the guys said, "When was the last time you had a shoe salesman?"
Do they exist anymore?
I don't know. When was the last time that somebody actually came and measured?
I buy shoes at Payless Shoe Source. There's no shoe salesman.
But this is where this is going. People don't. Your feet are very important.
Oh, they so are.
And if your feet hurt or you have not good support, you stand wrong. Or
Dr. Scholl's has a great line of shoes.
One side wrong.
Right?
Maybe that's why so many people are actually kind of cranky and kind of
There's so many reasons why people are cranky.
They're tired or they just don't stand right or they're on their feet too long. So would you want somebody to measure your feet? Would you want a shoe salesman? Or would you think that's intrusive to your shopping?
I don't like talking to strangers out in public. So no, I don't want a shoe salesman.
But you guess at your shoe size. I've been with you. You're like, it's either going to be an 8 or a 9 on this.
It depends on the shoe. It really does. It really does.
Are you getting thrown over there?
No, I'm looking at comments. Somebody said, don't give up on us, Facebook peeps. It's new to us. True. I'm sorry. I need to have more patience. Let's see. Jonathan Thiessen, are you at the ACMs?
Might be. You know, he came to see me.
I am pretty sure he's at the ACMs, and I'm jealous.
Yeah, Jonathan came to see when we were in, was it Portland or Tacoma? I can't remember. When I was in Washington.
What?
Yeah, Jonathan came to one of the shows.
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you knew.
Why would I know that?
Because Jonathan always posts stuff and tags everybody.
I am so busy during the week. I miss so much stuff. And if it was last weekend, I was in a Chase Rice cloud of glitter.
You need to pay more attention to social media.
Nobody has ever said that to anyone.
I am telling you right now, you need to pay more attention to...
I'm sorry, Jonathan. I missed the fact that you went and saw Steve. I suck. But are you in Vegas?
Probably.
With the ACMs?
No, because he told me when he came to see the show that he was on his way to Vegas. So he is probably there for the ACM Awards.
So I feel like there's some people that do like the Facebook Live.
Most people do.
I just don't do well with negativity being thrown at me. Like, I sit in a cubicle all week long and I deal with people that are looking for jobs. So I'm helping people in my mind.
Sitting there drawing
right?
Dexter.
I don't draw Dexter anymore. And so for me to sit here and talk to my husband, and people think it's boring. We've been doing this podcast for how many years?
5 or 6 years now.
It's got to be longer than that because 2006 is when I started Two Girls and a Bottle of Wine, and we did Wrinkled Sheets before that.
Wow. So it has been been longer.
Yeah. Not 2006, sorry. 2012.
That's a big difference.
It is. Sorry. I moved to Colorado in 2006.
I know that I've been doing my podcast, Remasculate, since about 2009, I think, 8 or 9.
Yeah. Someone says to eat more chocolate. We can't. We're on keto, yo.
That's probably a comment, honestly, if I'm right, I'm guessing, but that is probably a comment that goes along with the liberal Larry video that I shot a video today about nothing in life is so bad that a chai tea and a bubble bath won't take care of.
I do love a chai tea.
And somebody put, and chocolate.
Ooh, someone says to use salt to clean cast iron skillets. Thank you, Mitch English.
Mitch, hey, is that Mitch? Hey, Mitch.
Yes.
Thanks for dropping in. Mitch is a TV guy. He's a TV reporter.
I used to watch his morning.
You did. Remember the
news
Daily
show.
Buzz? That's
I
Mitch.
did.
Yeah.
He was so great.
He was great on that show. Then went to Oklahoma to do TV, and he's moving back to Florida. Mitch, if you're listening, comment down there about what you're going to be doing in Florida.
Yeah, I loved him.
Daily Buzz was great. He was the best part of Daily Buzz.
Yes.
He was the funny,
come to
great
Denver.
sense of humor.
And I would love to watch you on my local Denver if you're doing local shows now and not syndicated, because that was syndicated, right?
Yeah, that was a syndicated show.
Oh, I loved Mitch. I can't. He says he's in Orlando now. Cool.
See?
Orlando is a lucky place.
Yep.
Outside of the humidity.
Yep. If I ever get to Orlando, Mitch, I want to do a co-host with you on your new show.
I can't believe that Mitch English. That's awesome.
See, you never know who's going to drop in when you're doing Facebook Live.
I know. And he's being positive. I love positivity.
I follow Mitch's Instagram, and he kind of randomly, the car is packed and I'm on my way. And you're like, wait, I haven't followed this whole story. Where you're leaving Oklahoma? What is?
Everyone wants to leave Oklahoma.
Everybody.
I'm messaging him now. Okay, cool. That's awesome. What else is going on in your world?
In my world or Mitch's world? Who are you talking to now? You've confused me. You've confused the viewers.
Oh, he says it's another national show.
Oh, sweet.
I'm going to have to find. It's called the Daily Flash TV. So anybody that's listening or watching the Facebook Live, you need to check it out because Mitch English is a very entertaining guy.
Yeah. Daily Flash TV.
How can people like Wendy Williams get a show and go off the rails? And Mitch English,
I don't know. What is her? Have you kept up with that? I don't know. I know she had another one of those. I have to take.
She had a show.
Rehab or
she
something.
went on the hiatus, and then she came back, and she was living in a halfway house trying to deal with her drinking problems. And then all of a sudden, I think her husband's mistress had a baby. And now it's back on hiatus. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
I saw, the weird thing is I saw what's-his-face filling in for her. The guy that's married to,
Come on.
Oh.
You're so good with names.
I know, and I see the guy. He was the fat little kid on Stand By Me, and then he grew up and got better looking. Hey, Rebecca? Stamos, remember?
Oh, John Conley. Mitch?
Remember?
I'm sorry, Mitch English is stuck in my head.
But you remember, he married her, but he was filling in for the Wendy Williams show.
Yeah, I
and
heard
I thought,
that.
what a weird thing. He's not the typical guy for that audience.
Right.
So, Connell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connell. Chris.
Is it Chris Connell?
Connell? Maybe.
I don't know. Somebody tell us.
Jerry O'Connell. Thank you, Mitch English.
Thank you, Mitch English.
The real star of this podcast is
Mitch English. Yeah, thank you for joining us, our special guest, Mitch English.
Someone said John Stamos.
John Stamos was Rebecca
the first husband.
Yeah, the first husband.
Yeah.
Romaine, what was her name?
Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
Yeah.
And then I think it's O'Connell now.
Right. I love her lettuce. Romaine lettuce is my favorite kind of lettuce.
This is kind of embarrassing, this Facebook Live thing. Like,
do you feel like it's gone off the rails for you or
seriously,
something?
I need to reiterate that I came down to the basement thinking it was podcast time.
We were just going to sit here and talk for an hour.
So I got a sweatshirt on, I got sweatpants on, my hair is up in a scrunchie, and
you're being viewed by all these people.
yeah.
You know, the best part about Facebook Live is you don't know exactly how many people watched it till it's over. Then it gives you this number. And you're
I don't want to
holy
see the
crap,
number."
there was like 3,000 people watching this.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're home during the day. Do you watch any like daytime TV?
No, I can't. I can't do the daytime talk. I try. That's how I know about
The Wendy
Jerry.
Williams.
Yeah, on Wendy Williams.
I
Every once in a
listen to
while-
some podcasts that talk about it from time to time. The Who Weekly podcast, to be specific. It's a great podcast.
And there's another podcast that you like that you're going to go see live. Who is this?
Oh, I'm so excited. So this is for all the people listening and watching that might be Bachelor fans and Bachelorette fans. Kaitlyn Bristowe was on The Bachelor for Chris Soule's season and then became The Bachelorette the next season. And she has a thriving podcast where I love her podcast.
Is it all Bachelor talk?
No, not at all.
Okay.
And she is coming to Denver later this month, I think in a couple weeks. It's on a Monday. And she's going to have Colton and Cassie. Colton was the bachelor and Cassie was his lady that he picked but didn't propose to. And I'm so excited. That's such a girl moment.
Now, speaking of podcasts, I noticed this today. The other one that you like, but Grace Helbig.
Oh, I love Grace Helbig. Her and Mamrie have a podcast, Mamrie Hart, that is called This Might Get Weird, and it is great.
But who is this new guy?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
She hasn't really talked about
She has
him.
in her Instagram now, like there's a new guy showing up, and like it seems to be boyfriendish. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's in like the Instagrams and all the things. So hopefully this is the guy.
Because she got.
We don't need to talk about
she
her past
quickly
things.
moved from what was the guy's name? The comic.
I don't remember. Like, I care about Grace. I don't care about who Grace is dating. Like, sorry.
I thought that's what all you girls that are into this stuff.
No, I love Jennifer Aniston. I don't care who Jennifer Aniston's dating or married to. Who cares?
That's not typical.
Well, unless it was Brad Pitt. That was like,
But the podcast that you were just talking about, the Who Weekly, they do a whole thing when they break down like, well, she was in such and such, she dated blah 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 for so many months.
Yeah, it
but
helps
you like
me
that
keep
kind
up.
of stuff.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going to gravitate one way or the other. Like, Kaitlyn Bristowe went through a very public breakup with the guy that she chose from The Bachelorette back in the fall. And I don't even want to say the name. I'm cool. I love her. And now she's with Jason, and they're happy.
See, people, what I
This is what Steve has to deal with.
this is what I have to deal with.
I know. I'm a mess. I'm a train wreck. Oh, Christina Patterson is sharing our link to our podcast, which is wrinkledcheats.podbean.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Remasculate.podbean.com.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. There's a new podcast app that just started. I don't have my phone.
What is it?
I'll have to look. It's called Anchor. It's called Anchor, and it is a podcast app. And I signed up for it. I haven't done anything yet. I thought I'm thinking I may use it as a quick, not a regular podcast, but maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. Since you do it with your phone.
Oh.
I'm thinking I may use it as one of those, like some thoughts, one of those. So that I may try that. So anybody, if you're out there, check out the Anchor podcast app. Because I saw some other comics are already doing it. So it looks like it could be a cool new thing.
Nice.
You know how
you never know
what's going to be the next Vine, or what's going to be the next Snapchat, or what's going to be the next.
Have you tried TikTok?
No, but I keep seeing that. Do you have that?
I did my first TikTok.
What does it do? I keep seeing that.
You can do like lip syncing is what I did. I did a lip sync to a Miranda Lambert video.
You did? How come I haven't seen this? Did you post it?
No.
No.
On TikTok I did.
Oh, so you have to be on TikTok?
You can share it other places, but I did not. But it's like I hear that it's like a Vine meets some of those like lip syncing.
Well, it's all
apps.
over Facebook.
I was
ads.
getting ready to go out with my girlfriends on Saturday, and I was super excited. I hadn't had a sip of alcohol, and I was like,
yeah.
"No, I swear." I was like listening to some music. I was like, I'm gonna try this TikTok I keep hearing about. So, yeah.
You were not. Let's talk concert for just a second.
I love concerts.
Let's talk concert. My sister and I were talking about this today.
Oh, shoot. When you and your sister talk about me, it makes me
Well, it wasn't
worried.
about you. It was about concerts. Because she
Okay.
was talking about how she loves going to see shows now that aren't in big venues. Like doesn't want to go to the Pepsi Center.
Oh,
and
I'm the
doesn't
same
want to go
way.
to the Grizzly Rose. So she
What?
goes, yeah,
What?
I'll follow.
What?
She goes, now if you go to Hudson Gardens or the Botanical Gardens, we've been to Hudson to see concerts.
Yeah.
It's outdoors, you're in your lawn chairs.
She doesn't like to feel contained.
No, she doesn't understand how people go out to concerts. She said, like, she sees on Facebook where people get dressed up because they're going to a concert. This is my outfit to go to a concert. Now,
I love getting dressed up.
but is it to go be seen or is it to
No.
go to the actual show?
It's just the act of doing the hair, doing the makeup, putting on the clothes. That is the first part of it. And then you go to a concert and you're hanging out with your friends, the people you like to be around. And then
Yeah.
the finale is this person that you like to see sing. Whoa. Don't punch things.
Well, that I can understand.
you can't. You're a
kind of,
guy.
sort of. I'm a guy, but she asked me about this. She goes, now when people go to the concerts, like at the bars or the Grizzly Rose, do they actually pay attention to the concert? And
Okay.
I said,
I feel
no.
like as you get older, you do.
Well,
And how invested you are in the artist. This last weekend, I went and saw an artist that I truly, really love the music. And I was like, nobody talk to me. It's me and this artist.
the entire time,
Yeah.
because I have seen so many times I've been where people will be talking, not watching, and they
that.
go, "Oh, I like this song."
Yeah.
Okay,
So
talking.
if I'm at a concert where I'm not completely invested, like I
wouldn't
don't
want to
know
go to
all
that
the
concert.
songs.
See, that's for me. I wouldn't want to
Right.
go to a concert that I'm not
and that's why
invested
the
in.
Grizzly Rose is good because it's reasonably priced tickets, and you may not be 100% invested in the artist, but you may like some songs. Like we went and saw Pat
Yeah,
Green.
but think about this-
I love Wave on Wave, but a lot of the other songs I
But
was
think
like,
about this for the artist. The artist wants people.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to be up there and want to be performing, and you look out and you see half the crowd like talking and slapping each other on the ass and just not paying attention.
right.
That's got to be really annoying for the artist.
True.
So that to me, it's not.
That's why
it's,
on those nights I stand in the back.
right. But you're following what I'm saying
Yes.
here. That it's almost become disrespectful that you don't go to a show. Maybe people aren't taught to go while the show is on. You look forward or you enjoy the show. You don't just turn into this talk mob right in front because you'll see that.
Yes.
And
I think a lot of drinking also creates that. Like these kids will go out, the 20-somethings, they get smashed, and they're just like, they kind of forget where they are.
well, that's what I'm saying. They're not paying attention. They're not.
Right.
They're not. They don't have the manners that they should have in
Right.
those situations.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think I went down a bad path on that, or because you're trying to ignore me on this? I can see it.
No, I understand. Yeah, if I could make everybody at the concert pay 100% attention to the artist, that would be amazing. But I don't have that power.
Yeah, but you can still say that you think that should be the way that it is.
That should be, yes. Yes, but I have been in a situation where I'm at a concert and I'm like,
Have you ever told somebody,
this
shut the
isn't
fuck
great.
up, I'm listening to the show? You know?
I have said not exactly those words because I don't cuss a lot. But I have said, hey, person's up there singing. Yeah. Like my friends, my close friends know when Janet's at a concert,
Yeah.
I'm in the zone.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Like, sit down.
Don't uncross your effing arms. Just pretend you're having fun because I am having the time of my life and I paid for you to be here.
You were standing up, screaming at the band, and I'm sitting here trying to enjoy the.
Trying to not throw up. I know. We don't have the same taste in music, and I have long ago since learned not to buy you a concert ticket because either you'll hate it or you'll be out of town.
Something else that was brought up today.
Yes.
Since we were talking about this, we were talking about music. And last night, you said, what was the name of the song we were listening last night?
Donna Fargo.
Yes, remember? And I said, was that Lynn Anderson or?
Oh no, it was Lynn Anderson's song.
Yeah, we were talking about that. And my sister today goes, "It's so obvious Janet really knows and loves old country."
I do.
And I go, "Yes," and she goes, "So I don't understand how she even likes this new stuff."
I have I'm a very accepting person. I don't judge. Like, there's a lot of things I don't like, but I just put them in the closet of things I don't like, and I don't discuss them. I don't need to dwell on them. And some new country I like. Some new country.
Glitter.
Some new country I don't like. But, everyone has their own thing.
No, I understand. I was just saying that she kind of said, what she said, it was like, it's obvious she has loves and respects old country.
I grew up near Branson, Missouri. I was born in Branson, Missouri. Like, there was no way I couldn't have a respect for old country music, because when I was growing up, that's when all the old country was coming into Branson.
Was Glenn Campbell's daughter, was she a Branson thing?
No, Glenn Campbell was.
I know he was, but apparently she's coming up now, like Willie Nelson's. Yeah, like Willie Nelson's son Lucas is now turning into a star. Apparently, Glenn Campbell's daughter is supposed to be like this great banjo player that everybody's like, "Oh, Glenn Campbell's daughter,"
I think I've seen her on some videos.
So I didn't know if she was like with him at those shows in Branson or anything.
I never got to see Glenn Campbell.
You didn't ever?
No.
How did you grow up in Branson and he had a theater and you didn't?
I grew up in a family that struggled financially.
I'm building a mansion down in Branson.
My grandmother went to see Glenn Campbell several times. I was very jealous.
Very.
I went and saw Charlie Pride and Don Williams with her once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I'm jealous.
Kiss an angel good morning. Whew, love her like the devil till she gets back home. Or when she gets back home. Or when you get back home. Huh. And then Amanda, Don Williams. I have a great appreciation for old music. I do. But I also don't mind evolution. But we've talked about this, and we don't need to go down that.
I don't know if I've ever told you this or told it on here, though, but my one Don Williams story is when he came to town, and I was still doing being on radio, and I was being the host for the show. I saw him backstage, and I put my hand out to shake his hand. Hi, I'm Mudflap. I'll be hosting the show tonight, and he shook my hand, very quiet, very polite. And then a few minutes later, they go, "Now, when you meet Don Williams, don't try to shake his hand. He's like very much like standoffish and kind of." And I'm like, "Oops, too late.
I already broke the rules.
I already broke the rules.
Just carry me out. I'm banned."
Yeah, but at least he didn't give me that. What the hell?
Right.
Get this guy out of here. Who didn't follow the rules?
But that's kind of weird too.
Is it?
Yes.
Because I know Howie Mandel's like that. Howie's a big like germaphobe, but he's like, yeah.
But like, you are in the public eye. You're in a position where people know who you are. People follow you because they love you. And if you were like, "No, I don't want to touch people. I don't want to see people," like,
That's what I need to do. I need to be more like that. That's why they're stars, because they have attitudes. I need to start copping an attitude.
Tell Steve not to have an attitude.
I am going to turn into the biggest diva ever. I'm basically going to just be Larry. I'm just going to turn into Larry.
I'm going to put you outside in the doghouse.
Oh. Well, did you have fun on your very first podcast?
I did.
Live Facebook podcast?
I feel like
you
there's
make it
a lot
through?
of like it started out a little negative, but then we had our favorite news guy, Mitch English, on.
Yeah.
He does weather.
Thanks
right?
for doing guest.
He does weather, right?
Yeah, weather
But
commentary.
I remember him doing a lot more than just weather.
Yeah, he
Like,
was the host on that show, and he was in
Yes.
sketches and things like that.
so great. So I'm gonna totally go check out his new show. And then we had a lot of positivity.
Is there
come
more?
in.
Any more
Yes.
comments that you'd like to go?
Someone said Glenn Campbell and his wife lived across the street from me from 86 to 87. Someone said, this is so fun. Thank you, Marissa. What my parents always said, a cool concert with many generations is Bob Seger. Mm-hmm. Someone said, love you guys. Steve, keep up the good fight. And your videos kill me. Janet, I'm with you. When I'm at a concert, I want to listen to the band. I paid good money to see them and don't want to listen to the people gabbing. You both need to do this more often. I love it. And then someone said, I fist pump. Marissa Andrews said, I fist pump folks because I don't like germs. I get that. I get that. But you can't be like standoffish just because you have some notoriety in your life.
Yeah. Well, tell everybody now how to find us.
You can
Do our
find us on
typical-
Facebook, Wrinkled Sheets Podcast. You can find us on Twitter, Wrinkled Sheets, the number 1. Instagram, Wrinkled Sheets, the number 1. Podbean, which is wrinkledsheets.podbean.com. Thank you so much for sharing that in the feed here.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, and you've got remasculate.podbean.com. I have 2 girls and a bottle of wine, all spelled out, .podbean.com. And
I have, I just found out, basically 20 pages on Facebook
what?
that I need to, if you go through everything of all of my pages, Conspiracy Theory Carl.
You do have a lot of
all
pages.
of Liberal Larry.
Yes.
Polly the profanity-laced pigeon. And somebody said, somebody said, you need to put those all those links on one page. So make
Right.
it easier for people to find. But when I started doing those, I wanted them to be separate from me. I didn't want them actually connected to me. And people figured out they were all
Right.
me.
People are smart.
They are. They're very smart. But maybe eventually I will try to get them all on one thing. But if you're
Following any of those?
any of those, yeah, share those with other people to help them find the other pages. Because, like I said, I don't share them a lot because I try to keep them separate. But I know people go like, man, Polly is my favorite character. Why don't you do more Polly videos? Well, Polly's the cussing pigeon. And I was
Oh,
thinking,
yeah.
wow, a lot of people might not like that.
That could be offensive.
That could be offensive. So maybe I
Right.
shouldn't put that on my page.
Right.
It's the same thing with Liberal Larry. Because people go, how can you be a Trump supporter and have a character like Liberal
Right.
Larry? So it's, I always just say if
technical.
somebody wants to find out what I do, just Google Steve McGrew.
Yes.
So there.
There.
So thanks for watching. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
listening.
everyone. Thank you, Marissa Andrews. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, JB Jr.
Oh, JB.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.